I know everyone's been eagerly awaiting all of this content.
We have so much to cover in this new season.
And we're excited to jump right in.
Hey, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Cassie.
And welcome to the Discover Universal podcast. I think we have something super special we're going to talk about today, right?
We do.
Michelle?
Yeah, we are talking about a Universal Helios Grand Hotel, a Loews Hotel.
How many hotels do we have now?
It's 11 now.
11?
Yeah, it's quite a few.
And each one is unique, right?
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this one especially. I mean, you mentioned we got a chance to kind of walk around there and see it.
Did.
And it's grand. It's definitely grand.
It's definitely
as
grand,
it
that's
says
for
in the
sure.
name.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, very Mediterranean inspired, constellations everywhere.
Yeah, and there's a shop right on the outside of that.
Yep.
On the way there. But I think the first thing that I noticed was everywhere that we went in there, the view was impeccable.
Yeah, I think we stood in front of those windows a little too long and looked out over the park. But yeah, so we have two interviews. Jessica Iaconis and Russ Dagon are here with us, and they're going to talk about their experience building this hotel and just the story behind it. And we'll really get even more details after our walkthrough with Jessica.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's talk to them. Jess, Russ, thank you so much for coming back and joining us for another episode. This one is very exciting. We are super stoked to dive into the details here. But first, can you remind us who you both are? How long have you been with the company? Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So my name's Russ Dagon. I'm Senior Vice President of Resort Development. I've been with Universal for in excess of 20 years, doing predominantly hotel work.
Awesome.
And I'm Jessica Iaconis. I'm Assistant Director of Facility Design for the hotel team, and I've been at the park for 13 years.
All right, so we're talking about the Universal Helios Grand Hotel, right? Can you tell us about the backstory about this hotel, and more importantly, how does it relate to Epic Universe?
Yeah, so in the beginning, we really did work very closely with the Celestial Park team. So Celestial Park is kind of that central area of Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And we kind of considered ourselves an extension of that story, right? So we're a different book in the same series, if you will. Mm-hmm. So when you come through our doors, you will still feel the same kind of awe-inspiring and celestial-inspired feeling that you get when you are in Celestial Universe or Celestial Park. But take it up a notch and add a little resort feel to it.
Yeah.
Well, when we got to walk the property, it really did feel like you took it up a notch. Like I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. So both spaces, both Celestial Park and the hotel are really this kind of juxtaposition of the celestial and the terrestrial, right? So you've kind of got the gardens coming in. We'll have some beautiful bougainvillea. Ours is a little kind of Mediterranean inspired. Mm-hmm. And then you'll also have these like beautiful star patterns and, just kind of hidden gems like that throughout.
Yeah.
But it really all works together. I mean, that's one thing that's absolutely amazing to me is Celestial Park has these kind of warm temperatures to cool temperatures, and the hotel ties right into that. The color schemes, the imagery, I mean, we shared stuff from team to team so that there was a seamless experience between the park and the hotel here.
Yeah. That is a little bit of an Easter egg. If you look like at the hardscape and kind of all the colors in Celestial Park, they do go cool at the entry to warm. And then when you get to the back of the park, you're at Helios, god of the sun, as warm as it gets, right? And so that's why all that gold comes out at the back of the park.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a story if I ever heard one. Okay, that's awesome. And then and was that from its inception? Like from the very get-go, you were like, okay, we got to make this thing expand almost like Helios.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and there's a reason that this is so closely tied to Celestial. Talk about that too, just the proximity and how close these guests are going to be to Epic Universe.
We have an interior security lobby, so you would go through the turnstiles and the x-ray machine just like you would at the front of our park.
Yeah.
But you kind of do that inside our building, you step out the back door, and you're there.
Before your hair is even dry.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
downstairs and in the park. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges with the design of our parks is we know that virtually everyone's waking at the same time, getting dressed at the same time, trying to eat in a hurry and get to the park. I mean, that's usually the model. I would say with this property in particular, there's a little less pressure to do that. You could stop by your room halfway through the day and take a break. You could use this hotel differently than you do almost any other hotel. Right. It's pretty amazing. And then the other, Look, we're here to talk about the hotel. I understand that, but we've got an amenity out the back door that is a theme park. And you think of any great resort hotel, there's always some amazing amenity. Usually it's an ocean or some, natural experience.
Golf course.
Yeah, we created our own amazing amenity that drives everything here.
It's just a theme park.
Yeah,
No big deal.
No biggie.
Yeah, we have the lobby, we have the food, and then an entire theme park. No big deal.
Yeah.
And the way we interact with the theme park as well. The music that's playing in the park will be playing in our lobbies, so that there's that seamless experience as you walk out the back door. The nighttime lagoon show that we've got in the park will be visible, obviously, from the hotel, but audibly you'll be able to hear it in your room through your television, or at the rooftop bar you'll be able to see this as well. Oh, and the views from your room, I mean, half the rooms overlook the park, and it's absolutely amazing what you see. And even every level of the hotel, you've got a compelling view.
Yeah.
We've obviously been in it a number of times, and it's
Jessica took us up there. We got to see it from a room perspective and from the dining perspective. And I would say, out of all the things that we got shown, the view is probably the most important thing. That was the thing that I was able to think about for the rest of the day. Was I can't believe I'm able to see that much
I think
land.
you forget where you are. You're just so immersed in the story. You're part of it. You're part of Epic Universe. So
Yeah. Well, proximity is obviously one of the amenities that we're most excited about, but there's other amazing amenities here too as well. So tell us about pool. What are some of those other experiences guests can have at the resort?
So one of the things I'm most excited about is the pool at this hotel, because we mentioned the park, but there is an escape pool. It's an oasis in and of itself. It's an opportunity to for a little bit of downtime. And you, again, just like the hotel where you feel like you're in another world, that pool is yet another place where you feel, okay, I could be anywhere in the world right now. And it's a lush tropical experience. The pool bar, it's a really, really nice bar. We no corners cut on this. It's absolutely amazing what we did there.
I think one of the most striking things about the building right now are the domes that are on top.
Yeah.
And we've got a dome on the pool bar.
Yeah.
And I remember from one of the views that you showed as well, you're able to, I think it was from the bar, you can see the entryway to the park as well. Because like you were saying, like everything aligns or something like that. Can you explain?
Absolutely,
more of
yeah.
that?
So at our rooftop bar, which again is another amazing experience, definitely going to be the place to go at this resort.
Wait.
So
Pause. You did not show us that. There's a rooftop bar?
yeah. You went to the rooftop bar. This is what you're talking about.
There was too much to see. We're just overwhelmed with
this is what we're talking.
How big is this place?
It's big. No, this is what you're referencing. So at on the rooftop, there was a bar, and we were looking straight through. We have a cartouche on the outside of our building that kind of lights up at night. Looks like a kind of a big celestial clock, and that lines up directly on access with the Kronos Gate, which is the entry to the park. So, everything is directly on access. You have the lagoons in Celestial Park and everything.
And the lagoons run the whole axis of the park as well. So the lagoons start with a waterfall at the hotel and go all the way up to essentially to the Kronos, just shy of the Kronos. There's a waterway that runs that whole way, as well as a fountain show that's on that entire axis as well. It culminates right in front of the hotel with a big fountain show, but it actually runs the entire length of the park, and those fountains will play off each other at different times during the day. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And you'll look out your window and watch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's that table right there in front of the cartouche that's where I'm going to be
Yeah.
all the time. Every single night, that's where you'll find me.
Yeah, we do have dining seating up there. We also have a social gathering space at the rooftop, so some special functions can happen up there. It's definitely a great amenity to have overlooking the entire park.
Yeah.
And how many designs would you say you go through until you get there? Like, I got to ask.
Well, I don't know that we've ever finished one. So,
There's at least one throwaway.
No, we've had a lot of fun with this over the years. This property as well. We've had a lot of fun interpreting what this would be. How do the gods and goddesses present themselves in the hotel? How does that translate into the imagery and the artwork that we create? The color palette, absolutely everything. It touches it all, but it's not a linear process. I'll tell you that. We'll get to the point where it's like writing a book, and it probably looks its worst right before it gets finished, and that's the same with this. There's a point where you're like, okay, well, we're almost done. let's throw it away and see what else we can come up with.
Right.
I think that that's what we do so well at Universal is creating these themed environments, right? And even without the IP that a lot of our attractions have, we're still able to kind of bring that into these hotel designs and just create this whole immersive experience with everyone's input and, kind of everyone's expertise. We kind of get to this amazing process or project end where we've started with just kind of this design concept, right? But the story kind of writes itself as you go, and then you end up at the end like, okay, it all came together.
Yeah.
I will say that, and it's not just the hotel team here, but it's the attraction team and resort development and placemaking, all our different groups within creative. If there's one thing that I think we do better than anyone, it's putting the guest first. Everything we do is through the eyes of the guests. So how do we create this compelling experience? What's the most compelling experience we can create in every instance?
Are you guys ever going to, I would assume you all are going to eventually stay at this place. You have to stay in your own creation eventually. And is there anything specific that you guys are most excited about ever for this project?
Oh, gosh.
I want to hear your answer.
Whether we've talked about it or not, whether it could be something that we haven't talked about, something that we've talked about plenty. I'm just really curious as to what you're the most excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely will stay here. It might only be once, but
Or twice.
once or twice. I'll get the best room one time, and then no, I do actually love staying at our resorts. My family loves doing that. We try and do it often as a little staycation, but and then especially your proximity to the park. I think honestly, just for me personally, my favorite part is seeing all the little details come together in the end, right? Like stuff that maybe our guests wouldn't notice or, other people wouldn't notice, but we know the blood, sweat, and tears that we've put into it. And so seeing it all come together and seeing the guest walk in and, kind of experience, I don't know. I've seen that so many times where once, like when the guests enter, we kind of like hide in the corner.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Just to watch the reaction. Be like, let's see if they did what we did.
Exactly. On like check-in day, the very first check-in day, we kind of hide in the corner and like, okay. And, people come in and ooh and ah. And
it's like you get to see it again for the first time through someone else's eyes.
I mean, it changes our perspective because we've looked at it every day over and over again. And we've like, meticulously, looked at every detail, but then to see it all come together.
Yeah.
I've
rewarding.
literally done that same thing. Every one of our properties, I've done that where you want to experience it through the guest's eyes. So sitting back and watching that happen, getting to understand or appreciate what the guests notice, what they don't,
Right.
what things, and some of them are things that we really, really, ran ourselves just, ragged on to make sure we deliver details, and then to see it's appreciated, that's fantastic. There's other things where it's almost a sidebar conversation, like, hey, what if we do this? Yeah, go ahead and do it. And then you find out like they're really paying attention to that. Like it's kind of cool to see what the guests focus on and what they really pay attention to. So that's been a lot of fun. I would say too that at some point every one of these projects there is a job aspect to it where you're like, oh boy, I have to, I'm working on this. There's a part of it. So there's always at least a couple months in every project that we work on where my only goal is like, I want to see the bar. I really want to, I just want to have one drink at this bar. I think the rooftop bar here is going to be really compelling, as well as the one adjacent to the 3-meal restaurant.
Yeah.
The lobby bar, yep.
Absolutely. Well, tell us about the kids' suites. I mean, that's, the resort as a whole isn't the only tie-in to just Celestial. There's also another tie-in there as well. So tell us a little bit about that and how adults can kind of, encompass that with their stay as well.
Yeah. So we have 14 special rooms that are our kid suites. So similar to how we have Minion suites at Portofino, at this resort we will have How to Train Your Dragon suites.
Let's go.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah,
Okay.
very cool. So the majority of the suite, so the parents' sleeping quarters and the living room, all look like a normal suite, but then there's behind a special door, there's like this getaway for kids. So they'll be able to go in, experience, there's 2 twin beds in there, and there's maybe some dragon houses in there, maybe some dragons flying around. So they'll get to kind of immerse themselves in that dragon experience. So it'll be a lot of fun.
That's really, really cool.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I know, so cool for them to stay there and then walk out into the park that day and experience that story continued.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
What about transportation? So you mentioned that we can just walk right into Epic, but we have 3 other parks here at Universal Orlando Resort. So how do we get to those parks as well?
So bus transportation, complimentary bus transportation between the parks, and that was one of our biggest goals early on. This is about creating one destination, and we've clearly done that.
Yeah.
So, tell us about the food. It's time. Everyone wants to know. Tell us about the food.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, this is kind of a Mediterranean-inspired hotel, so we actually have Mediterranean fare.
Yeah.
So our 3 meal is, first of all, it overlooks the park, right? So you can kind of sit out on the terrace in the park practically. And it is called Flora Taverna. So there's actually a lobby bar and then the 3 meal restaurant as well. It'll have an amazing show kitchen, so you can kind of watch the chefs.
That's cool.
Okay, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
And we'll have, meat on a spit, just like, true Greek food, and some, like a really cool pizza oven for like flatbreads and pizzas and stuff like that.
Yum.
So it'll be good. I think there's like whole fish if you're into that.
Hey,
I'm not.
I'm down.
I'm not. Cassie
I'm down.
is. Yeah.
I'm down. I'll enjoy it and let you know how
I'll be
it
at the
is.
bar.
I think, but the biggest thing for me is the fact that you're not removed from the park when you're in this hotel. So this whole restaurant has this amazing view of the park, and you're right there, and you're right next to the waterfall at the back of Celestial.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know there was a waterfall.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. So there's a terrace at the back of the lobby, so you can go out onto that terrace.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to go into the park to be on that terrace looking out.
The planning is bananas.
Oh, it's incredible.
I can't even plan what I wear to each podcast, let alone an entire park. That's crazy.
It's immersion. I feel like we talk about immersion literally on like every single podcast, but it truly is. It's not only immersion into the park experiences, but also in the story within the actual resort, like immersion in the stars and the constellations and everything. So it's just truly every single detail is a part of that experience, it sounds like.
Yeah, there's a storyline that kind of runs through everything that we do. And look, being brutally honest, I think a lot of the times that story isn't as literal as, I don't think the guests interpret it as literally as we might write it.
It's intentional, though.
Yeah,
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
So if you do figure it out, it's a little bit more special because it's like I took the time to appreciate this design and understand
and
this.
even
it's
if
cool.
even if you don't take that time, you'll appreciate the fact that everything seems to work together. And if we didn't have that storyline, you would notice, that element doesn't seem to fit in for some reason.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest part of that storyline is the fact that it is the thread that connects everything and it pulls it all together.
Yeah. A little bit more on the subconscious level versus like literal right in your face.
Yeah,
like, hey, this place is amazing. I just can't explain why.
Yeah.
And it's all those details that you all talked about.
Well, how many times have you been in a restaurant or something and you had to look at the back of the menu and say, oh, that's what they're trying to do here or something like that, and you shouldn't have to do that.
Right. Up for interpretation, too, for the guests to create their own story almost kind of like in that space.
Yeah, there's something to that.
Yeah. Well, we have to close out by asking you both, what are your favorite parts of the hotel? What are you looking forward to experience just overall once it's completed? It's a tough one, isn't it?
Honestly, this is, I think, our biggest and best hotel yet. So just experiencing the whole thing in general is going to be exciting. I'm excited to go to the rooftop bar.
Yes, as am I.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to stay in one of our guest rooms and just, it's going to be relaxing and tranquil, but also like so much activity out your back door. So you got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I'd say that, the suites in this property are very nice, but we spend so much time on the standard guest room, and I don't know that everyone appreciates that when you're developing something like this, that's where your focus is because you want to appeal to everyone that's staying at the hotel. So, just the standard guest rooms, just the level of detail that we've put into those, I think it's very, very comfortable. And to stay this close to a theme park, literally out the back door, and then have this respite that's tranquil and peaceful, and the colors, it's a real nice respite.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm most excited for. I want to set a stopwatch and see how fast I can get from the door to the park.
Yeah.
With a grab and go in the middle of that because it's right by there, right?
We have Aurora Market right there. So again, items that you can just kind of grab, head out the door. We have coffee and gelato, and then we actually have wine on tap in the evenings if you come back and you want to
Okay.
grab something before you go up to your room.
That is genius.
Yeah.
I like that you said
Yeah.
in the evening.
Yeah, okay. Anytime.
Or whenever you want, as long
Whenever.
as you're 21 and older.
Right.
Get
Yeah,
your day
valid ID.
started.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much. This is fantastic. I mean, we are still just geeking out, I feel like, over this and cannot wait to see this hotel come together here soon. But thank you for all the hard work that you all have put into this along with your team. And thanks for joining us and sharing more about it.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
It's that time, Dylan.
It is that time. And usually I'm always like, oh, I'm going to win, but I keep losing all the time. So you know what? I'm
Maybe
just going
today's
to
your
hope
day.
for the best. I just want to make it to the end.
Maybe today's your day. We'll see.
Maybe.
I'm not going to say anything. We'll see what happens. Michelle, what are we playing today?
I think today's your day, Dylan.
Is it?
I don't know.
I like that you believe in me. This feels
That
good.
is that is very
I
kind of
feel
you,
it.
Michelle.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I feel good inside.
You're welcome. I'm just
Yeah.
giving you some encouragement so that when we play, you're feeling
Need it.
good about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this game is going to be 3. You have to get 3 in a row. What
Okay.
you're going to do is you're going to choose a space. So you'll say top right, bottom left, middle, as an example. You'll say one at a time. I'll give you a description. You'll have to guess the name of the outlet or whatever I'm describing,
Okay.
Okay.
and we'll get 3 in a row.
And if we don't get it right, what do
What
we
happens?
Then you can steal. So whoever's guessing, if you don't get it right, we'll give you a few seconds and then we'll pass.
Okay.
And then there can be a steal.
Okay.
do? Okay. And we have our own shapes, our own space
Yes.
ensembles.
So we have stars and moons.
Okay.
You get to choose.
Can I be a star?
Of course you can be a
Oh,
star.
okay. Then I guess I'll be the moon.
Yeah, I like the moon.
Okay.
Like Luna.
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I just want to be a star because,
Because you are a
Because
star.
you- Universal,
You are a
that's
star.
why.
Come
Hey.
on. Come
yeah,
on.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Like the movie business.
Exactly.
Like star.
So-
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I was
That's
thinking
good.
constellations, but
Yeah.
sure.
same difference.
That works still.
Yeah. Yeah. Same but different. Okay. Well, so now we're going to put it up on the board.
Okay.
You'll get to choose who wants to go first.
You can.
I'll
you
go
can
for it.
Yeah. Go
Okay,
ahead.
well,
All right.
Go
Dylan,
ahead.
She gave me all
You got
this
all the
motivation.
encouragement,
and
you're
this
ready to go.
encouragement.
You are
Okay.
a star. We'll let you go
Okay.
first.
Let's do this.
Okay. So you get to pick which part of the board do you want to be on first?
Let's go top right.
Top right.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, you're going to have to guess the name of this place.
Okay.
Okay. So this is, that kind of gives it a little away. You can eat at this place. It is Mediterranean inspired.
Okay.
There will be pizzas, gyros.
Flora Taverna.
Yes, that
Okay.
is
Wow.
correct. Nice.
Good job,
Okay.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are so encouraging to me right now. It's just, I like
No,
this. Okay.
more.
Let's keep
Yeah,
this
good
going.
job.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. Cassie, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to go bottom left.
Okay, bottom left. This is a place that the kids can sleep in. It's themed to a world that is at Universal Epic Universe.
The Kids Suites. How to Train Your Dragon Kids Suites.
Yes, that is correct. Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh,
Neck and neck.
Oh, okay.
competition's on.
All right. Let's go top middle.
Top middle.
Top
Okay.
middle.
This is a location steps away.
I'm going to go with Universal Epic Universe. No. Do I get another shot? Aurora Market.
No, I'll let Cassie steal. Cassie
No.
can steal.
I was off to a good start. Okay.
Celestial Park.
Yes.
No.
That is correct.
So close. Technically you had it right.
You,
Yeah.
you did. You
Okay.
did. On a
I'll just-
technicality.
I'll just snag it
I just
from
saw
you.
I just saw you guys get so sad for me, like, oh, he got it wrong.
That's okay.
I felt
That's
it.
okay.
I think you still have a chance.
Okay.
You do.
I think so.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay.
I'm going to go top left.
Top left. Okay.
Yes.
This is how you get to Universal City Walk, which you can also take to Universal Studios Florida, Universal Islands of Adventure, or Universal Volcano Bay.
Complimentary transportation.
Yes, that is correct.
No, it started. This is how it starts. All right. I'm going to go with middle.
Oh, you're going middle?
Oh.
Do you
Wait, hold on, hold on.
Sure, you
Sorry.
wanna go middle?
Sorry,
You have to get three in a row.
wait, hold on. I'm gonna go middle left. Wait,
Dylan.
am I playing defense? I gotta play defense, right?
Oh, you do have to play defense.
I gotta play some defense. 'cause
Okay.
they- so I gotta go middle left.
Middle left. Okay.
Man,
So,
almost.
Yeah, you were like, oh no, that's a great choice. I could feel it. Okay.
all right. This is a location where you can go grab a cocktail for those 21 and up after splashing around, tanning.
Ooh, okay. So there's two options there. Lotus Bar?
You're on the right path. Just the actual name. Lotus.
Lotus.
It's an alliteration. You can do it.
Lotus.
You're so close.
Live. Lotus Live. No.
Try again.
Okay.
Try again. You can do it. Lotus.
Lotus.
There's water.
There's water.
There's water involved.
Lotus. Oh, I got it. Okay. Lotus Lagoon.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Thanks for the help. I
You were
appreciate
so
it.
welcome.
Good
You felt me
job.
drowning.
Good job.
I mean, I feel like you were getting there.
Yeah.
I just needed a little nudge.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you for the
good.
nudge.
I didn't say pool. That is the pool bar.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
There we
cool.
go.
Okay. Cassie.
I'm gonna go middle. No, middle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
wait.
go middle.
She can go middle.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the name of the hotel we are currently talking about?
Universal Helios Grand Hotel. Loews Hotel.
Nice. Nice. Good. Okay. Middle.
Awesome.
All right.
Ooh. Are we playing defense
Oh.
again?
Yeah, I have
Oh,
to.
this is-
I'm on the.
Oh
Listen.
my gosh.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go bottom right.
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean?
I
Oh,
mean,
wait, that's-
I mean,
Oh
if
my
you really take a look
gosh.
at it, what do you
Yeah.
what do you see coming?
Oh.
Yeah. Well.
There's an impending victory over on
yeah,
this side.
Yeah, I can feel it. But hang on. Wait. Let me look at it one more time. Yeah, I gotta go.
You're
bottom.
good. Yeah,
I
what
gotta
you-
go bottom
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
Because if
Okay.
I can steal, then I can win
Sure.
after, right?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
I-
okay.
I think I thought that out.
His strategy is
Yeah.
working.
My
Okay.
strategy never works, but
No,
we'll see.
I
You
see
got
what you're
this.
doing. I see what you're doing. Okay, so
Yep.
this is at the very top of the hotel with incredible views.
Oh, this is the Helios bar. This is Bar Helios.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
That is
Okay.
correct.
All right. Okay.
Good job.
Sweet.
Good job.
Good job.
All right. So I
Okay.
still got a shot. She just has to get
So
this one
you're
wrong.
saying there's a chance. Okay.
I'm gonna go bottom middle or middle bottom, however you want to shake it.
Okay. I feel like there's so much pressure
Oh,
right
there's
now.
so much
Dun,
pressure. I
dun,
have to
dun.
win at
So
least
much
one
pressure.
game here. I've never won.
That's not true. I
Have
think
I?
you have one.
Have I?
Probably.
You probably have.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
This is a huge benefit of staying at Universal Helios Grand Hotel.
Early park admission.
Yes. That is correct. Nice.
I finally won.
You finally won.
It's been a long time coming.
Look at that. She got 3 down
Good
the
job.
middle.
Very
Always.
good job. Well, fantastic job, Dylan. As
Thank you.
always. This was great. As always.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about time we get into the Take 5 rewind.
I think so too. You ready to rewind it?
I'm ready to rewind it.
Number 5, the story of Universal Helios Grand Hotel, a Loews Hotel, was inspired by the theming of Celestial Park.
Number 4, there's a large resort-style pool, and you can enjoy things like the dive-in movie or rent a private cabana.
Number 3, there's an amazing rooftop bar called Bar Helios where you can enjoy spectacular views of Epic Universe and delicious drinks for those 21 and older.
Number 2, the theme park benefits. You are only steps away from stepping into Celestial Park, and there's early park admission, and if you want, you can grab a snack at Aurora Market on the way in.
Number 1, access to our theme parks. As you mentioned, Dylan, it is right in Epic Universe's backyard. And of course, if you want to take our complimentary transportation, you can get over to our other theme parks. Well, thank you so much, Dylan, for joining me today, as always.
Thank you, Cassie.
Yeah, and thank you to Jessica and Russ for joining us on the podcast today. Thank you to our amazing team here. Thank you for listening to the Discover Universal podcast. And if you'd like to book your stay at Helios Grand Hotel, you can do so now in the show notes below.
What is a Mediterranean food dish? Hold on. A kebab? Okay.
It's like Greek food.
Salad, a gyro, kebab.
A gyro? Okay. Is gyro how you say it? I'll go with that.